fluttering under a clear blue sky on this 6th day of November. Main straightaway, if the lineup is A-OK, next time around we'll see the pace vehicle leave the circuit. Cox sits there in the second row, young Glenn Cox in car number 9. Gary Pollock would have every opportunity of a slingshot in 54. Pollock, I think, would have to be pre-race favourite, Andy. After his sensational performance here last Saturday night, Gary Pollock starting up there in the second row on the inside. If the inside row is the one to go, you won't see 54 wanting. There's the pace car off the circuit. Power down as they come to the home straightaway. 8 laps ahead of them. Day gets the jump clearly in the main straightaway. Cox slips into second. Bowen's already figuring prominently as they go through the top turn. He's back in 5th place as they go to the back chute and run hard to turn number 3. And Jenkins is already on the run. Let's see the fast runners. Midfield, you do have car 75, Rod Bowen. Day is the leader in the home straightaway. Pollock is in 4th place in 54. Diving down on the inside, looking to pick up one more spot, but unable to do so. And coming from the back of the field is Troy Jenkins, just about to pass Marr and make a run on the outside that gets him right in behind Pollock. To the home straightaway once more. Day continues to head the parade. Running in 2nd spot, Cox in car number 9. Now through into 3rd is Rod Bowen. Bowen doing and repassed by 22 on the inside as they head down the back chute once more. Some close racing. Mark Brown not giving up without a fight as they come back to the home straightaway once more. It's Alan Day in front, but look at this battle for second. Down the outside goes Cox, staying on the inside is Mark Brown of Victoria. Coming at both of them on the inside is 75 Bowen, and coming from the clouds on the outside is Troy Jenkins.
Oh, Bowen's got a nice and sideways there. I get the feeling, Steve, the rougher the track gets, the more rocket Rod Bowen is going to like it. He's moved up position number 2 on the track. He is chasing Alan Day and reeling him in at a rate of knots. Down into turn 3 and 4 they go. Bowen on the inside, and the Rocket's looking for some racing room. Thank you very much, he says, but here comes Mark Brown. Right in under Day as well. He's got the inside run going into turns 1 and 2. Bowen will hold straight out wide, and Rocket's down the back straightaway. Troy Jenkins back in 4th, still a 4th with about 2 1/4 racing laps remaining. There is some slower traffic coming up. Rod Bowen, can he hold out the Victorian? Steve mentioned he's virtually based in Sydney now. Mark Brown, a very accomplished driver, is chasing ex-sprint car race round here. Now speed car race, Bowen.
Bowen balked a little bit when he saw the car he had to lap. It could be a mistake because Brown is trying to capitalise on it as they go to turn 1. There's only 1 lap left in this one. And Bowen does make an error going up track. He'll try to regather on the final corner. He'll give it everything he's got, but I don't think he's got the line. Mark Brown, a far more consistent driver at this stage, home straight away, and Mr. Consistency pays off dividends in 22 going to the wire first. Rod Bowen home for second. Alan Day takes 3rd, and Glenn Cox runs into the tail of Troy Jenkins. Whether something happened during the race and that was a payback or it was just an accident, we don't know. Bob Woods will figure in this one. Where's he starting out off? Position number 10.
10, so he's got a bit of work to do with Graham. The Valvoline colours you mentioned, Graham's beautifully turned out vehicle. I cannot remember ever seeing at the start of a meeting a Barry or a Stephen Graham car that didn't look 100%.
Yeah.
Of course, Stephen has driven for many years here at Parramatta City Raceway in the Speedway speed car category with the black car, the white number 14, picked up the sponsorship of Valvoline in conjunction with John Sydney Racing that controls the Valvoline NASCAR team from Melbourne. And Stephen Graham, like many of the others, has big plans for 93-94. At the top of his Chrissy list is to walk away with the trophy from that Australian title.
Okay, the Parramatta City Raceway pace vehicle has been given the all clear to leave the track. We have our starters in rows of 2 moving under the floodlighting despite daylight saving as we approach 8 o'clock on the knocker. The sun set, and the focal point once more becomes our 450-metre ribbon of clay in the heart of Parramatta. Off the top turn towards the start at Stanbrook on the inside, Stewart on the outside. Stewart gets the jump cleanly. The outside line is the one to move. Although 97 Jackson takes a run down the inside, looking for second as they go to the back straightaway. Stewart is your leader in the back chute, And with the other drivers battling to just emerge from the pack, it gives Stewart a great opportunity to put a bit of distance between himself and the drivers in second. Looking back through the field, the 14 car and Woods are already tangling. 14 driven by Stephen Graham and 13 by Bobby Woods. They're trying to clear their way through the clutter to have a slingshot at the race leader, who's now built up an impressive lead.
Yeah, then he has Bob Woods having a little bit of problem there at the moment with Norm Jackson. He gets through on the inside. The race leader, though, is Glenn Stewart. Stewart started out at position number 2. Graham moves up to occupy position 2 on the track now. In third place at the moment is Stanbrook, fading fast. And Woods rockets through to take up third place on the track. Still plenty of time left. 5 laps as they cross the strike this time. Glenn Stewart from Canberra leads them. I dare say not for long, because here comes Stephen Graham. The Valvoline car starting to build up momentum. Stephen Graham, just like his father Barry, very, very smooth on the dirt. You will not see many mistakes. I hope I don't put the knocker on him. Yes, I did. And all of a sudden into the picture comes Bob Woods. Bob's just bought a Caltex service station over at George's Hall. He's working 90 hours a week and still finds time to get that number 13 car running.
Okay, off the top turn. This time Stephen Graham's got the line he wants. He goes through on the inside, trying to sneak through is Bobby Woods. Stewart closed the door on him. Woods will need to get past Stewart now if he's got any show of catching the race leader in the distance. There'll only be 2 laps to go this time around. Look at Woods, really runs high. He's got the position he wanted. He's in second, but can he do much with it in 2 laps? Well, about to find out as they once more rush to turn number 1, turn 2. Woods down a bit lower, gunning the number 13 car. It's certainly not lacking in the power department, but whether or not he can bridge that gap with just 1 lap to go, it'll be a fairly superhuman effort. Stephen Graham is the race leader. He's starting this season on a winning note in the Valvoline 14 car, still in second spot, and closing all the time is car 13, Bobby Woods. They run towards turn number 3. The checkered flag is awaiting them in the main straightaway. He's made up a mass of ground, but it's just too much to ask in an 8-lap journey. Look how close he goes, though. Checkered flag time, car 14, Stephen Graham gets the money. Second place, car number 13. And Woodsy thought the race was still on, and third place to the checkered flag was car number 34, John Field. They completed the journey in the time of 2 minutes, 22.49 seconds. With Barry, anyone who lived through the speed car days of the 60s and know how exciting he was to see race, but his brother Max and wife Joy and children Brendan and Dale had their fingers crossed that Barry pulls through okay. He's suffering a debilitating illness, as for some time now. Just thought we'd pass that on to those who remember the epic feats of Barry Butterworth in Sydney in the 60s and 70s. Alan Day positioned in the front line with Paul Stanbrook. The action should come further back in the field with Rod Bowen, Troy Jenkins, and some of the heavyweights. We've got green. Day goes to the lead from Stanbrook. Phil Chilton getting the first handle on the 40 car. As I said, he's taken over from Kevin Gormley, but slipping into 4th spot in the back straight away quickly. Now going to the outside is Rod Bowen. Oh, no place for the faint-hearted. Following him through is Troy Jenkins, who's now in 5th spot, and the race leader continues to be Day. Slipping down low into 2nd and looking very aggressive now in the black and gold 75 car is Rod Bowen. And on behind the tail of Stanbrook's 50 car comes Troy Jenkins. He realises he's got to break free. He's been bought there, and all the time Bowen is edging closer to Day in car number 75. Stakes a claim for the lead by going to the inside. How strong is Day to hold him out? They go to the top turn together. Day just hasn't got the power to go on with it, and car 75 hits the lead with 5 laps to go.
Might be set for his first speed car win here at Parramatta. One thing that the other drivers can't afford to do, and that's give this guy a shot in the early laps of a race, because he's too hard to pull back. I mean, passes plenty of cars, and those he doesn't, he frightens the hell out of on the way through. So Rod Bowen has gone through to take over the lead. Day is back here into 3rd spot now as Troy Jenkins goes through and picks up 2nd. But Rod Bowen getting through the field very smartly indeed tonight. Comes down the front straight away. He leads from Jenkins.
Jenkins has got 3 laps to try and bridge that gap. It's a superhuman effort to call upon. Would you look how fast Bowen is going. Boy, is he flying in the 75 car.
Yeah, doing a good job. Rod Bowen comes down the front straight away. about to put a lap on car number 15 as he makes his way to the bottom corner. Troy Jenkins running one of those big high gears and hooks the wheel up too. Stood up there on two wheels halfway through that corner. He's got it down to about half a straightaway at the moment. The 15 car runs high to stay out of everyone's way, including Troy's, as they come down the front straightaway now. The white flag is already out, so Bowen's going to come up with a win in this one.
I did check the record on this one.
Well, he dives under the sky.
No.
That's the problem, yes. Anyway, here he comes. He's going to go on and win a good heat win, and that's Rod Bowen in the 75 car. Troy Jenkins places in second, and third place will go to Alan Day in car number 74. So much for heat number 3 of the speed cars tonight.
Straight, a lot of grip on the circuit this evening. The ridge there on the outside, a nice cushion for the drivers, but you can also run low. So there's a lot of flexibility in terms of driving style. They can put the car where they want to and get traction. That's why you're seeing so many different approaches to corners this evening. And the back markers are actually making a fist of it, coming through quickly. And I think this race will be no exception to the rule. The Valvoline 14 car inside of the fourth row. In behind Stephen Graham is Bobby Woods. If the inside row goes, Woodsy and Graham will be hot to trot coming off the top turn. We're ready for a start. There's 8 laps ahead of them. Heat number 4 gets underway. Car 86 leads to turn number 1. Adrian Marr is your race leader. Pollock goes a little high and Brown tries to take advantage of him, edges him up track, and Mark Brown moves into second spot. And look at Stephen Graham. He's running hot in 4th place, coming up behind the 54 car of Pollock. Switches to the inside. Pollock had better have some reserve power. He does have, but he'll have to move down to stop Graham's progress through this field. Graham putting it to him as they go to the back straight, and Stephen Graham is on the pace tonight. He moves into 3rd place and chases out after Brown, who's already threatening the race leader in 86.
Yeah, Adrian Marge, a race leader, but here comes Brown down the outside of him. Carts it. Oh, Derry. You're all right.
Yes.
Okay, he carts it around the outside and goes through to take over the lead. Now it's Stephen Graham that makes a lunge at Marr. Pollock still back in 3rd. Bob Woods can't do it from there. They come across the line now into the bottom turn, and they've got 5 laps to go. Floating down the inside was Marr, but Graham's already clear into the 2nd spot. Pollock dropping well and truly back behind them. He looked like he was in with a charge a little earlier tonight. But as they come down the front straightaway, Mark Brown is your race leader with 4 to go. Clear of Stephen Graham in the Valvoline machine, Adrian Marr in the 86, Gary Pollock in the 54.
And having a lot of problem getting through the traffic is car 13, Bobby Woods. So it looks like Mike's trifecta is fairly safe at this stage. Woods goes to the inside, gets bought there, and wonders if it's worth the effort with just 3 laps to go. Heading to the back straightaway, the youngster who's now home based in Sydney, but Victorian born and bred, Mark Brown, takes his red 22 car through turn 3 back towards the home straight. 2 laps to go this time. Stephen Graham's not giving up the chase, and Stephen Graham could still bridge that gap in the distance. We'll wait and see if he can. Marr's clinging on to 3rd. Pollock is back in 4th, and then comes Woodsy in 5th. They come up to lap a slower car, and 22 has to go very high. That gives Graham the chance he wanted to come in. Who's got the line to the straightaway? It's down on the inside of 96, who doesn't know he's interfering with a heck of a duel. Back straightaway, there's nothing in it now. There's 1 corner to sort this one out. It's Brown in 22 leading Stephen Graham, who really comes at the inside line and the final run to the line. And Brown will hold up and install himself as a hot favourite for tonight's feature event in the speed car division. 3rd to the checkered flag was 54, I believe. Gary Pollock got home for 3rd placing.
Yeah, Adrian,
these two are still racing to the checkered flag.
It's over, boys. It's over.